Hyundai's much improved third generation i30 delivers smarter looks, a wider variety of body styles, efficient engines and stronger standards of safety and media connectivity. In short, if you are shopping in the family hatchback segment, it's a product that certainly adds up on paper, but then the i30 always has. Will this one have more lasting real-world appeal against apparently more charismatic rivals?
As in other areas, all the right ingredients seem to be in place here for a decent showing when it comes to drive dynamics. The TGDI and CRDI engines now tick all the right technological boxes, and the previous model's sophisticated multi-link rear suspension has been further improved. As a result, few other cars in this class are better at soothing away tarmac imperfections. Now, thanks in part to a significant increase in body rigidity this time around, the i30 is also extremely quiet. Not so effective are the changes made to the damping. Performance-orientated dampers have apparently been added, and the steering, which is said to be 10% more direct. The difference made by these changes is difficult to detect, so our perspective remains that there is still scope for improvement if Hyundai really wants to rival something like a Ford Focus around the twisty stuff. We have few complaints about the engine lineup, though, an area in which Hyundai has clearly done its homework on what appeals to European buyers. There's a choice of two TGDI petrol units, a 3-cylinder 1-litre 120 PS unit, and the 4-cylinder 1.4-litre 140 PS power plant that we're trying here. Alternatively, the 110 PS 1.6-litre CRDI diesel used in the previous generation model has been carried over for those wanting to fuel from the black pump. And you can see why that might appeal, with 74.3 mpg being possible on the combined cycle, along with 99 grams per kilometre of CO2. That diesel and the Pokia petrol unit can also be ordered with an efficient 7DCT dual-clutch automatic gearbox as an option. When Hyundai developed their very first i30 model back in 2007, exterior design wasn't really top of the priority list. 5 years later, though, at the launch of that design's second-generation replacement, we noted that the brand had put far more work into styling and packaging, an emphasis that has paid off since, with customers apparently rating this car's pleasing design as their #1 reason for purchase. Hence all of the effort that's been put into the look of this Mark III model, which adopts a sharper, sleeker and leaner look than before. As one writer put it, it's now more Prada than Primark. Enough with that, let's take a seat at the wheel. Now, if you happen to be familiar with the previous model, or indeed almost any Hyundai produced over the last few years, your first impression will probably be that quality has gone up a notch or two. The biggest cabin talking point is this 8-inch colour touchscreen, although bear in mind that you'll only get that if you can avoid the 2 lower spec trim levels. Now, this is your interface for controlling satellite navigation, the DAB audio setup, and a package of TomTom Live services that alert you to speed cameras, update you on the weather, and provide accurate information on traffic jams and roadworks. Now, you can also connect in your handset using the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone mirroring systems. Time to take a seat in the back. As with most other cars in the segment, it's not possible to sit 3 fully sized adults back here with any real degree of comfort, but if there are only 2 of you, then you'll find that there's reasonable space for legs, knees and shoulders. Finally, let's take a look in this Hyundai's boot. The 395-litre cargo capacity is class competitive. If you need more space and you want to push the rear backrest down, then there's up to 1,301 litres of carrying capacity available in this configuration. You may have read or seen reviews elsewhere suggesting that this third-generation i30 is a car without standout qualities. That isn't true. We think that this is the most refined car in the family hatchback class, and it also possibly offers the best quality of ride you'll find in the segment. The level of standard safety kit is unbettered in this sector too. Plus, this Hyundai also makes the grade when it comes to the important questions of practicality and media connectivity. With all that said, though, we do understand why some struggle to warm to this model, at least in its standard form. This Korean brand's stated aim that this should be a car for everyone, apart from being impossible to achieve, is also a recipe for what could have been a very compromised end result. The lazy way to review this car is to dismiss it in just that way. Live with it though, as we have done as part of this test, and the attributes I mentioned earlier begin to shine through. Ultimately, it's hard to do too much better for the money, which means that, for the time being at least, the eyes still have it.